If collecting is your love,
I want more.
every day.
That's not true. He likes me because I'm loud and a brat and he can make me shut up later. Oh, I wish I didn't say that out loud.
The hits just keep on coming.
Stream so that I have a good looking head. When you say website, I don't think action figures. Thomas! Thomas! You and I need to have a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation because on the back is numero uno. I love this book. I love it.
Always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Before you get excited, that's a tail. The turtles had tails. Yeah, that's a tail. Thank you for pointing that it is a tail. That's a tail. The original turtles had tails. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered. Each envelope has one 9.8 SIG Series comic book graded by CGC. These are hand-picked for you. 7 out of 10, my lord. It could take 6 months of being constipated before they die from the buildup. Not just any Iron Man. The Iron Man that saved us all.
In the box!
Not to
Doug! It's the Captain!
And I gotta say, that shield was pretty fun to paint too. It's chunky.
It is chunky.
Chunky with the oil paint.
Yeah.
Call on me and collect with DCD. If collecting is your love,
I want more.
every day.
That's not true. He likes me because I'm loud and a brat and he can make me shut up later. Oh, I wish I didn't say that out loud.
The hits just keep on coming.
Stream so that I have a good looking head. When you say website, I don't think action figures. Thomas! Thomas! You and I need to have a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation because on the back is numero uno. I love this book. I love it.
always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Before you get excited, that's a tail. The turtles had tails. Yeah, that's a tail. Thank you for pointing that it is a tail. That's a tail. The original turtles had tails. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered. Each envelope has one 9.8 SIG Series comic book graded by CGC. These are hand-picked for you. 7 out of 10, my lord. It could take 6 months of being constipated before they die from the buildup. Not just any Iron Man. The Iron Man that saved us all.
In the box!
Not to
Doug! It's the Captain!
And I gotta say, that shield was pretty fun to paint too. It's chunky.
It is chunky.
Chunky with the oil paint.
Yeah.
Call on me and collect with DCD. If collecting
I want more.
That's not true. He likes me because I'm loud and a brat and he can make me shut up later. Oh, I wish I didn't say that out loud.
The hits just keep on coming.
Stream so that I have a good looking head. When you say website, I don't think action figures. Thomas! Thomas! You and I need to have a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation because on the back is numero uno. I love this book. I love it.
Always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Before you get excited, that's a tail. The turtles had tails. Yeah, that's a tail. Thank you for pointing that it is a tail. That's a tail. The original turtles had tails. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered. Each envelope has one 9.8 Sig Series comic book graded by CGC. These are hand-picked for you. 7 out of 10, my lord. It could take 6 months of being constipated before they die from the buildup. Not just any Iron Man. The Iron Man that saved us all.
In the box!
Doug!
Oh, hello there, folks. How are you doing? What's up, Don? What's going on, Pat? Crystal, Juan, and the babies? Carlos! ¿Qué pasó? Saporos, what's up? Hello, Mel! Hello, Jimmy! Yeah, some stuff got moved around in the back. There we go. Faultier! Bonjour, Faultier. Comment ça va? They're not in the system yet. Crystal, I did not tell you because I did not place them in the system yet. So, they are not available today. I'm going to repeat that. They're not available today. They're not in the system. I do not have prices or anything for them. They are, when you say go, I'll go. They will be up tomorrow. 2 of those, what's up, Hellbolt? Love you, man. 2 of these right here are already claimed for Crystal, Juan, and the babies. Y'all do, there's 4 total. 2 of them are nobody but theirs, so they will get a heads up when that goes live, because that's how I roll. Listen, I don't know if any of you have ever dealt with a person who is pregnant, but when they want something, you give it to them. You don't, you don't do any of that. If they say they need something, you just do it and be happy to do it. So Crystal is getting these 2 boxes, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Juan does. Faultier says, I wish I was a dropped breadcrumb during your lunch break just so I could properly experience the stash. It's a bit wild today. It's definitely a caterpillar today. I did not put any wax in it. I took a shower right before I got here and shaved and shampooed the mustache. So this is my full fro. This is my fro stash right here. I'm full caterpillar today. There is no wax. There is no wax in that stash. Holy stash, Batman, right? This is, it's a big boy. But it is waxless. What's up, Bourbon? How you doing, buddy? So who do we need to pay to add some code? Code what? Code red? Mountain Dew. Pay Mountain Dew. They love money. What up, chef? So yes, these items will be available tomorrow. You'll notice that this was moved. We're going to be putting a column of I can't do it from behind. There's going to be a column here that has stuff for display. Doug and I were just kind of moving things around today to see what we wanted to change. This is becoming that's an OnlyFans page. It's just teasing. Oh, you're looking at the 2024 Optic Mega? Listen, I'm going to be very blunt. Google these. These went up after the performances of the players this year. This is the 2024. These went up like $10. Don't look at me. Google them. You'll see I'm 100% correct. These stayed the same. This is something we've never had before. I just thought it was neat. It's pretty inexpensive. If you like it, we can get more of it. It's pretty. It was panned by breakers and critics, which means it's probably good for the collector. It's different. It's a dude who watercolor and gouache painted the cards. Some of them are really well done. Some of them I actually got a chuckle over them. So it's one of those. It is an esoteric box of cards. It's called Shoebox Collection. It's different. It's for Saburos. Just as I said, it asked exactly what it was. Shoebox Collection. Shoebox Treasures. Shoebox Treasures. 2025. Again, it was panned, but I thought it could be fun. It was just cheap. It's less than $150 for a hobby box. And there's a pretty high ratio of hits in there as far as sketch cards and other things, because the gentleman who made it, I think his name's Andy Friedman, every one of the sketch cards that he and art pieces of art that he used to make the set, he actually put live into the run, and it was not a huge production run, so there is a fairly different. Midnight Sumo has 3.3K. Yes. Bourbon, Data Sumo is the new one. I'm going to give a shout right here. I don't know how to do shouts. Yeah, that's it right there. That's Bourbon. That's the new hotness. Data Sumo. Bourbon, you are a statistics guy. You have a degen past. Oh, I know. And he's Midnight's fine. I found the new hotness, though. What if I told you there's a guy who will tell you every single thing that there is to know about a wrestler, where he went to school. Oh, I know, Sapuros. Now you see why I got him? Where he went to college, when he first did his first professional career, his pounds and kilos, his centimeters and inches in height, his win-loss record, his record against the person he's currently against, his previous matches, his standing, the last 10 bashos he was part of, what his record was. Data Sumo, or Data Sumo, depending on where you were born, he just basically announces he built a computer that does an algorithm that gives you percentages for who's going to win. He's about 68% accurate right now, which is pretty good considering it's a live sport. If somebody said, I'm going to give you 68% of all of the football scores, you're going to put all your money into that because you're going to win 68% of the time. He doesn't say a lot, which I like. Data Sumo. That's my guy now. Ooh. Me likey. Good luck, bruh. Good luck, homie. So it is all the data, exactly, Hellbolt. It's not for Scuba. Scuba is easily distracted. What's up, Kate? But for people that, like, if you want to know everything there is to know about a fighter, that's it. Like, I have learned so much. He actually has the percentage of moves, Kimarate, that the fighter uses, what percentage he uses in wins, what percentage he is beaten by, and he has like the top 3 of each. He'd be like, oh, 42% of the time it's Yarikiri. The 25% is Henka Slapdown. It's so much. It is awesome. Mrs. the Breaker now loves watching sumo because of Dada Sumo. So, he's great. Yeah, I know. I almost said Yari Curry. I think it's I can't remember how it's pronounced. Yuri Curry? Yuri Curry. It's Yari Curry. Yeah, Yari Curry. Yuri Curry. Yeah. All right. 60% of the time it works every time. Hi, Scoobs. I'm not gonna lie, it smells like pure gasoline. Denny just perked up and asked if you're talking about hockey. No, sumo. Not Yari Curry. It's the Japanese Yuri Curry. Close though. Hey, when is Denny coming out for a game? When is he coming for a Kings game? They were just giving out free Kopitar jerseys, Kings jerseys, and who did? Somebody did a Kings jersey. They were giving them out for free if you attended. They were like really awesome. When someone buys him tickets, well, yeah, they smell like Bigfoot's. Boop. Yeah, this is worse than the time the raccoon got caught in the copier. Oh. Money Mitch is like, I'll go. I'll go. Money Mitch, you and I will catch an Anaheim game. I heard those Anaheim Ducks are something to watch. But yeah, Sapporos, now you see why I got that set, because some of them are pretty all right, and some of them are just god-awful. But they're 100% entertaining. It's good television. Yeah, BK's like, ugh, Ducks. Careful, man, there's some Ducks fans in this audience. So while I do not have the sports cards, they're okay. Kings have a better buffet, though. There you go. I didn't even think about the food factor. All right, so here's what I do have. I do not have sports cards for us. But we do have something that we need to move. Something that all right, Bourbon, we'll talk about it after the stream. In the Vegas Stadium, we're lucky to have chairs. But I thought Vegas is so rich. Isn't that the city with all of the hookers? There's got to be money in hookers, right? Oh no, that's not Vegas. That's Reno. Never mind. Yeah, Vegas is cheeks. This right here, Carlos only has one left. We already know what it is. It's going to be that dope gambit. And then we have the giveaway to do. And then we can close that out. In addition, we only hit just the absolute tip of the iceberg when we did these signed comics. And as our dear friend Bourbon will tell you, we already know that the Alex Ross is loaded. Speaking of Alex Ross, you'll never guess what Doug got the other day, just on a whim. Just it fell into his lap. You know what? I'll let Doug show and tell. I don't want to steal his thunder because he was just crazy. But yeah. Yeah, we split it today because we're gonna put a little mini tower in here allegedly. And we were messing around with background work. Oh, Money Mitch, he asked me today who won. Oh, that was Bourbon. That was a joke. The price was immediately turned back. I think he even went on Discord and apologized for making the joke. Yeah, that was. If you went to the site right after he changed it, I had already changed it back. It was a joke. So Money Mitch, yeah, Doug asked me who won the Thor, and I said, I believe it's Money Mitch, so don't be surprised if he does reach out. You know what's crazy? Eye exams. Yeah, they can be. I wish people had eye exams before they drove after the age of 50. I thought it was funny as heck. Doug needs to commit to the bit. Like the anti-Kmart. He comes in and raises the prices. Yeah, if you didn't buy it yet, then you're not getting it. Prue's like, no, I think the authoritarian hammer is the way to go. Scuba his house is being framed. It did not commit the crime. They're framing his house. I know he's innocent. I was there. Did I see your DM? Is it about money? Depends on when you sent it. No, but I do like it. That is all the hockey. Buffalo's beating Montreal 3-2. Chicago, Carolina tied at 2. Boston is kicking the crap out of Vegas Golden Knights. Those are the goods right there. I feel like every time I finally get onto Discord to catch up all of my messages, that by the time I'm done, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I've checked and rechecked everything. I'm good. Then it's when everyone decides to. That's when everyone decides to just post stuff so it looks like I haven't looked. What else do I have? Shipping today was shipping day. I've been here. I got here at 10 o'clock in the morning. 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was here at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was here. I worked the equivalent of like almost a full day of work. And then I went home, took a shower, shaved, and came back to do this. Hey, DC, what were you doing at work earlier today? Oh, hey, man, thanks for asking. I'll show you. I didn't finish it. But I got everything but the draws. My office. Disregard the pile on the floor. That is the hardware for the drawers. Oh, hey, thanks, Hellbolt. You built a desk. I did. That is, it's like almost 6 feet tall. That is so that I can show off some of my stuff while I'm on my computer. Now, mind you, I have this studio, so anytime I do a like a Zoom or a video message, I'll be here. And just like that, you've done work. Well, Pat, that's because I'm non-union. I'm an independent contractor. I'm expected to do more than union work. I am just a guy who had a horseback riding. Yay! Murder mammals. Yeah. Showing off your stuff on the computer. Yeah, that is for basically for anybody. I will almost never be in that office, to be brutally honest with you. So more or less, that is just going to be like Doug has, 2,000 square feet to show off all of his stuff. I have about 340 to show off mine. But yeah, that is going to be, and I'm going to get some storage shelves so that I can, I have boxes and boxes of comics and figures, and some of the stuff that was behind me normally is now going to go in my office. Obviously, at the very least, these items will stay. But a lot of the stuff that was behind me is probably like the fist will probably go in my office. A lot of that stuff's going to go into my office then. We thought you were only friends. You are my only friends. Nobody will ever be here, but Doug will have people here. And, I need to have an office so I look professional, because if people knew how unprofessional I really was, nobody would want to do business with Doug. So I have to have an office that looks professional, so that, Doug can have people come over. I don't know why my nose is stuffy. I'm not sick anymore. Oh, that went right into my eyeball. Oh my. We are going to do, so he can hide you behind the door. It's true. As a matter of fact, we're going to remove this door. Doug is pretty adamant about me removing this door that you can't see, so that when we zoom out, he can hang more stuff. I'll show you what a zoom out looks like, for those who don't remember. Boop. So he wants to remove the door so that we have a little bit of space to work with. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, my mouse? Yeah, I need to buy a quiet mouse for the studio. This microphone picks up everything. Not the mouse? Do I have other things clicking? A fan dying? I don't know. I have no idea. Bring up the stream on your phone. I can do that. What's the name of this stream again? Who's this? Great. Just what I wanted, a mascara commercial. No, I don't sub to my own channel because I'd rather sub to an artist. I do hear it. I do hear it. I do hear it. Weird. It's definitely not in here. That's not a sound here, so it's got to be coming from a connection somewhere. Yeah, it's definitely, there's nothing audible in here. So that is, and the fan for the computer is pretty quiet. Yeah, it's got to be a connection. It's funny because that's never happened before, and I haven't changed anything. All right, let's... unplug and replug the microphone. How about now? Well, of course it goes away because it is the only input we have in the computer. I wonder what it is. An RF signal? It just blew it. I'm sorry, Pat. You should know by now not to use headphones when you're listening to me. Is there anything that... Oh, the only thing that's different is there's a new TV here. But I don't think the TV would be interfering. Let me play with my cauliflower ear for a second. Yeah, I don't know. Oreo. I'll figure it out at another time. Does that help at all? Yeah, I can vouch for that, Scoobs. His mom is dead. Still clicking? I'm ruining your joke. Oh, see, that's one of those jokes where you have to know. You have to know what. See, like I can't make that jokes. I can't make the your mom joke. To quite a few people I know. Move my tower under the desk. It's on a lift. Let me move the tower. Is the input in OBS going through NVIDIA Broadcast or it's a mic directly? The mic it's going through Focusrite. I have a Focusrite plugin. Let me check my Focusrite control. What's my sample rate? 48 kilohertz. I don't know what that means. Higher rates like a 96 or 122 capture more detail for professional corruption but create larger files. This rate must be at least twice the highest frequency, the Nyquist theorem, to avoid distortion, but for human hearing up to 20 hertz, 48 is sufficient. Yeah, I'm sorry, Hellbolt. We'll figure it out, buddy. There we go. Oh, that reminds me, I need water. I'll be back. That's how far away the other side of the studio is. All right. I got nothing. I don't know how to fix it. Now, move my phone. Did that help? Nope. All right, hold on. Did that by chance solve the problem? Still clicking? No, it stopped when you unplug the mic. Well, yeah, it's hello, my lord. Yeah, because the mic is the only input, so all sound, it will go to straight mute when I'm in, when the mic's unplugged. I have all external mics for the cameras turned off, so it only goes through here. Well, that's weird that all of a sudden that does that. This is the like professional grade mic cable. I do have speakers. I can turn them off. There, I turned them off. We've always been there. Yeah. You know what? Let me do something crazy. Let me unplug the new TV we bought and see if it's that. Did that change anything? Are you serious? It's the television? Doug's not going to be happy. No, it's back? Okay, that's not the television. All right, hold on. We're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm literally subbing to this channel so that I not have to look at this stupid commercial. Hmm. Oh. Nope, then it comes back again. Nope, then it comes back again. Man, I don't know. Let's see, that is. Hmm. I don't know. Nothing else is different. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I don't know what to do. I have no clue. Um. Let me see. Audio. Hmm. Do 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 do. I'm on the second floor, so I don't think that's happening. All right, let me look at my... Oh boy, my phone is really excited. I hope that's all people buying amazing art. Advanced audio properties. No. No. All right, so let's do this. See what happens here.
How terrible. Oh, that's really bad.
Not that. Not that. I don't know. Maybe like everything else, it'll go away tomorrow. It just won't be here tomorrow. I got nothing. That's it. There's nothing else. I got nothing. There is nothing has changed in our setup. Nothing has happened. Everything is as it was yesterday. Yep. It's not bad. Just curious. It was some device. No, it's okay. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can think of is because I'm not using an extra cloud lifter for phantom power, I do have the gain up higher in this setup than I did in Santa Barbara, but it's been the exact same since we started here, so there's nothing new. There's nothing new there. So, oh. Paul Maitland is sharing art with me right now, and you can't see it. Who knows? He'll probably be gone tomorrow. Maybe it's just... this is stupid, but hold on. Weren't we supposed to get some crazy solar flare? Some insane radiation thing this week? The solar radiation storm stronger than the one we've seen in 20 years. When is it going to hit? "20 times the normal background level of magnetic energy." All right, Carlos. January 22nd, 2026. Active minor warning solar radiation impact. I mean, it's possible. It's possible that crazy flare is creating background fuzz. Nothing has changed in the setup from yesterday. So if we didn't have that yesterday, there's no reason we should have that today. I got nothing. I got no dukes. Listen, I can barely run a computer, let alone try to troubleshoot a high-end, it's gotta be the desk taken apart. Oh, actually, I did plug in something in the desk. Let me unplug the desk. That desk was a pain in the tuchus. But the desk is plugged into the wall for the electrical cord on there, so I just unplugged it. And if that's the case, it's not a big deal. I don't need to plug the desk in. I don't need lights on my stuff. I have lights in the overhead. right. Well, there's only one solution. No, you can have no more laughs at my expense. I found an online slideshow. What's going on, Mandala? How are you doing, man? Ugliest Jolly Tarsier Allen. Hoo-hoo. Found a online slideshow so IO can update it without you. Just need you to put it in OBS and replace the one we have. Okay. Okay, man. What's going on? Nothing. Apparently I have a phantom clicking sound we can't get rid of that was not here yesterday but is suddenly here today when nothing else has changed other than nothing. Mundal, it's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is splendiferous and everything you're eating is scrumdiddlyumptious. And I just generally hope all is good. Have the Bills done a beanectomy yet? No, they promoted him to president of football and fired McDermott. And the reason is so, and I actually touched on this yesterday. It's funny you mentioned that. The owner has early onset Alzheimer's and dementia. So Bean is going to act basically as the president of football operations. I believe, though it hasn't been announced, it is my belief that when they bring in their next coach, the coach is going to have a recommendation for GM, because that's how Bean got his job. McDermott said that he worked well with Bean, so Bean was hired after McDermott. I think they're going to do the same thing. And then Bean is going to be a little more hands-off while the new GM handles the day-to-day operations and personnel. I think Bean will stay as the money guy because Bean is very good at making contracts work. Couldn't get a good receiver at the trade deadline, but we do move money around pretty well under Bean. Well, that's a bummer that we can't fix that problem. Bothers me. I really don't like the way that shelf is turned either. That bothers me. Now sounds like a great time for a giveaway. You know, my lord, I agree. That's a great idea. Let's do it a giveaway. Hit this button, and then I go to giveaway. Giveaway item. I got a pocket full of lint and some buttons. do have a stack of giveaway stuff. Where'd I put it? All right. Ooh, now that I think about it, I have other stuff I can give away too, but I don't think I want to give those away. All right, let's see what's relevant. What is relevant? What is relevant? That's relevant. That's relevant. I don't know who the artist is, but Doug should know I don't. Doug knows everything. I know little. I know little. It's that person. Mrs. The Breaker's like, wait a minute. Are you singing songs from the homeland? Uh-oh, Mrs. The Breaker's in. Now you're all going to lose. You have 5 seconds to get in, by the way. Prue, you so-and-so. So listen, I think Prue has figured out the secret. If you're the last one in, and it's in the last 3 seconds, you win. 'Cause Prue, you're a wiener. You got the doom. You know what I want to do? I think next time, I'm not going to tell you how long I'm putting it for. No, she doesn't need a Dr. Doom sketch card. She does not. Now, if it was a Little Mermaid or a Sebastian and Flounder one, then she would want it. All right, Prue, you're a winner. What I'm going to do is I am going to, like, at an unspecified time, because it says you have 2 minutes. I think what I'll do is I will set it for an hour, and then randomly within the hour I will be like, whoop, do the giveaway. If it's Little Mermaid, me and Mrs. the Break are going to be throwing hands to see who gets it. You'll lose. You'll lose. Prue, I don't have to have ever seen you in person to know you'll lose. I just know you'll lose. Trust me. Trust me. You'll lose. Just give it to her. Just, if it's Little Mermaid, just give it to her. Money Mitch is like, I'll bring the popcorn. You are speaking of a woman who grew up in Puerto Rico, and when she saw all of the Cubans on their inflatables and their barges, she said, "Nah, hold my Cosmo," and she swam to Florida. She swam to Florida in heels. That's not the woman you fight. That is the woman you give everything she asks for. That's the woman that you let get mad at you because you've given too much. Let the Wookiee win. Don, that was Han Solo's greatest advice. Let the Wookiee win. Oh man, how are the Patreon sketch card's gonna happen with a stress fracture in your arm? Slowly? All right, Prue, let me put this in your box. Here, right there. Right there. Okay. Oh, I'm just kidding. She didn't swim. She took a private jet, okay? I'm just kidding. She didn't take a private jet. She flew coach. But she did buy 2 drinks. All right, so listen. It was a private jet, but hold on. I want to clarify. She had an uncle. She had a Tio that worked for, actually similar to Money Mitch. I know Money Mitch, his job is classified, but similar to what he does. He worked for FAA or whatever the government thing that handles flights. He used to inspect planes and determine their flight worthiness. So he got a really nice discount on a private jet. So the only reason they had a private jet is because they had access through a private jet from an uncle who worked for FAA or whoever it is. And yeah, she was most definitely in heels. I don't think I've ever seen her not in heels, except for when she wears her Crocs around the house. Limited edition opposite hand sketch card. That's a great idea. I swear, though, I wasn't trying to snipe. I'm just dealing with the stack of cards. Saber signed Doan to 7 years. Is that a re-sign? And is it Shane Doan? Yeah, he followed it up with, if he's, I know, Josh, I know, I'm well aware Shane is not playing. Shane is like my age. I think Shane might be a little bit younger than me, as a matter of fact. Hold on. Now that I think about it, he might be younger than me. No, he's 4 years older than I am. All right, yeah, Shane's 4 years older than me. Yager's still playing. Well, Yager is an anomaly. I mean, Yager also sleeps with a different girl after every game. The man is just insatiable on and off the ice. Yar. All right, well, let me see. Let's see what else I have here. That's not the button I wanted to hit. That's just going to set everything back. All right, here we go. Stubborn. 100% just stubborn. Well, I mean, yeah. Why not? Edmonton is losing, so it's a good night. Yeah, Sapporo, it's not going away. There's nothing has changed in the studio, so I think it's something that'll probably just go away tomorrow. I'll probably restart everything, and tomorrow it'll be gone. We had issues with, if you remember back in Santa Barbara about 8 months ago, we had static that one time that I could not get the static to stop, and I even shut down the whole studio for it. And I was just like, I'm calling it a night. This is unworkable. Literally the next day we came in, we set up, and it was gone. This is probably going to be one of those things. That noise will probably be gone. Sabres did beat Montreal. There you go. Hey, listen, man, the Sabres are due. They have a lot of young, and not only are the Sabres due, they have a lot of young talent, which means, as you can see by the re-signing, they have the potential of repeating many, many, many years in the future too. So that's great. 3 goals on the first 4 shots against Yari. That's not good. That's not good at all. Management will F it up. Well, I mean, yeah, it's Buffalo. Buffalo can't have nice things. Is Buffalo like LA? I mean, we have nice things in LA. Oh, by the way, where are my Buffalonians at? I don't know if you've seen this. ICE is coming to Buffalo. They arrived today. They are staying at a downtown hotel. They brought 6 cruisers with them. The cruisers are a SUV. They're unmarked with the exception of the word ICE on the driver's side door. But ICE is infiltrating Buffalo, and they are going to be basically trying to Minnesota Buffalo. So my peeps, my Latin community, my dear friends in Buffalo, head on a swivel. They're out there. They're looking to stir it up with Buffalo. Now, I'm actually kind of excited for this. I know a lot of gangsters in Buffalo, and that's not a joke. Mrs. the Breaker will tell you, despite what I look like, I knew some pretty heavy dudes in Buffalo. Guys that, did stuff. This is a fact. Google Forbes did an article. The city of Buffalo has a higher crime rate than the boroughs of New York City. Per capita, violent crime. By a lot. Google that. I'm not making this up. Forbes wrote this, I don't know, it was like 10 years ago. Buffalo has more violent crime than the boroughs, the 5 boroughs. Police in Buffalo barely care. And I know this because I had cops that we paid to guard our nightclub because we had Bloods and we had 10th Street Boys and we had Vatos Locos and we had Latin Kings that would frequent our club. Yes, all of those are in Buffalo. The Crips are not. The Crips were actually cracked down on by the feds, and the Bloods took over the old Crips. This is not joke. I'm telling you facts. Buffalo's not Minneapolis, ICE. Listen, I know Minneapolis does their hunting, but there's bigger guns in Buffalo. This potentially knocking on the wrong door will be a bad idea for ICE. Buffalo is not it's great to raise a family if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and staying out of the West Side. I lived on the West Side. I lived on Niagara Street. I also lived So we had drive-bys. My old house when I was in my 20s. And it's Pennsylvania is the cross street that had all of the crazy stuff. But I lived on Niagara on the West Side. Yeah. West Side, I did it. It was West Side of Buffalo. It was legit. That was when I was running nightclubs. And it was great. I had a view of I had the Peace Bridge. I could sit on my porch and look at the Peace Bridge. Like, hey, look, there's the Peace Bridge. But like one street over, it was like, oh, a dead guy was found there yesterday. And it's like, yeah, he'd been there for 3 days and nobody reported it. Listen, ICE is going to Buffalo thinking, it's Buffalo. They're losers. ICE is going to, listen, I'm telling you today, mark it. It is about 10:15 Eastern on January 22nd. ICE is going to knock on the wrong door or try to drag the wrong person out of Buffalo. You're going to make national news. I'm telling you right now, Buffalo will make national news. There will be an incident involving ICE. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Knock? Oh, I know, right? Even better. I imagine Buffalo is a place where people look across the street to see disapproving Canadians shaking their heads at us. Yeah. I mean, you can see the other bank from our house, my old one. Yeah. Don says the Peace Bridge every day in the parking lot of my employer. Yep. There are parts of Buffalo that when I was looking to buy a house, and again, I lived on the West Side. I have friends on the East Side and the West Side. I have friends in South Buffalo. I have friends in North Buffalo. Before we chose to get the house in Lockport, we looked everywhere. And there were a lot of very inexpensive, like no exaggeration, 5-6 bedroom, 2-story brick houses on the East Side for $125,000. And I was like, no, don't care how cheap it is. I'm not going to live on the East Side again. Nothing against those that live on the East Side. There's some really great neighborhoods on the East Side. I used to live in one. But there's also a lot of dicey ones. I mean, if you remember, the the West Side of Buffalo is where that kid shot up the supermarket in that racist tirade. That happened in Buffalo. That happened actually about 4 minutes from my old house. Like 4 minutes walking from my old house on Prospect Avenue. Don, if you know how bad Prospect Avenue is, that is where I used to live. Then I moved to Lockport, had a drive-by, and the house across the street was a crack house. Yes, and you know what? It was better than living on the West Side of Buffalo. They've been there for a couple of days. The vehicles have nothing but Texas exempt plates, weird light bars, and regular lights should be. Yeah, the ones that are going to Buffalo, I saw somebody sent videos. They're that like reddish gray color SUVs, and all they say on the side on the door is ICE. But they were confirmed. They left, I don't know where, like Mississippi or something. And somebody like a day later was like, "Yep, here they are outside of Elmira, on the back of a truck. They're coming." So, I'm calling it now. They arrived, I believe, earlier today. If they start operations tomorrow, they will make the national news tomorrow. That is what I'm telling you about my hometown. ICE has no idea what they're in for. If they're going in the city of Buffalo, it's different in the suburbs. They can get away with stuff in the suburbs. A lot of the suburbs are pretty soft. Like Orchard Park, those people are soft. Williamsville, those people are soft. East Aurora, those people are wackadoo and pretty soft. But you go to the east side, the west side, or you go to South Buffalo, yeah, ICE. They'll clap back at ICE. Just a fact. Let's see if I can find that real quick. Probably not. Okay, that's something I don't ever want to see again. I don't know why that's on my feed. Oh man, my phone is down to 15%. That's how busy I was today. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Show me the link. It's gone now. Of course it is. Here's the funny thing. Mrs. the Breaker and I know somebody personally who works for ICE in Buffalo. Oh, here it is. Oop. I'm gonna turn the sound off. Original credit to this video goes to Chalkboard New. This is not my video. So, I was wrong. I'm sorry. They're blue with a red line on them, and they say ICE on the door. And there's the phone number to call if you see ICE, report ICE. So, yeah, they're headed to Buffalo. Good luck. Good luck. 2, 4, 6 SUVs, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're going to bring 10 SUVs to Buffalo. Oh, God, I wish I could go home to protest. All right, I got to stop talking politics or I'm going to get fired. And then I'll have tons of time to go home and protest. Yeah, Don, they're headed to Buffalo for what is about to be a polar vortex storm. So we'll see how many of those from the South stay. I have a feeling not a lot of those cats from the South are going to be getting out of their vehicle. I heard they get like a $5,000 bounty for every person they bring in. They're going to be really trying to gauge how badly they want the $5,000. Just do like Minnesota, dump water outside where they're staying. Do you think Buffalo de-ices their sidewalks anyway? Sapuros. Buffalo doesn't have that kind of money. It's already ice everywhere on the sidewalk. we don't have fancy salt and de-icers for the sidewalk. The salt is for the street. No, it's they do salt the sidewalks. No, the salt is for the eyes. It's for rotting your car out. Salt is why we can't have. That's what pro wrestling taught me. That's right. That's right. Believe the kayfabe. Salt is for ruining the resale value of your car. Salt is to rust out everything that you have good money in. Good old pocket salt. My favorite was the salt they would pull from their briefs. I love when they didn't have pockets, they just had briefs and they just pull out a sack of salt and you're like, where is that marinating? I heard people in Minnesota were setting their car alarms off from the comfort of their house to alert people that they were in the area. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I don't doubt it. Here, Don, I got an idea. Let's let Ice in. Ice, go get the Kia boys. Go get the Kia boys. There you go, Ice. Grab all the Kia boys and then leave. You have a few gang-related stories? I don't doubt it. Yeah. Buffalo's not as soft as people make it out to be. Just because our sports teams suck doesn't mean we don't have legitimate cartel gangsters in Buffalo. We do. I've met them. I've drank Cristal with them. They've come to my club. Once suspended in school by making the water drop sound for... Oh. That would make my old boss happy. That group got his car. Yeah, my brother, the Kia boys got my brother's car too. Dude would always do it in class. It was annoying as hell. So I figured, if you do it again, you're getting suspended. Yeah. That's awesome. Nothing like framing somebody that deserves it. Kid said he didn't do it. The teacher 1,000% did not believe him. As long as he didn't know you did it. I had a kid get suspended. Actually, he got thrown out of school. This is a true story. When I was a sophomore at Orchard Park High School in Orchard Park, New York, arguably the worst high school in America, in my opinion. I got into a fight with a kid. I'm going to keep it nameless. It was like my first real, like, semi-adult fight. Like, you fight when you're, 9, 10, and 11 with, like, neighborhood kids, or at least that's what we did. Those weren't real fights. My first, like, I'm going to try to hurt you and you're going to try to hurt me fight was in 10th grade. And I had never had a real I'm trying to hurt you fight in my life. And this kid got me to, and I was very passive, good kid at that time. And this kid just got my goose, and I was like, all right, outside after school, let's do this. And I was terrified. And this kid came up rolling 20 deep, and I was by myself because my friends were limited. And he is in his North Face puffy jacket, and he's got his hat on and his earmuffs on, and he's got his gloves on, and he's all, bundled up and shivering, and I'm in a Georgetown Hoyas starter jacket and no hat, and no gloves. And I had a t-shirt and a wife beater on. I'm sorry, tank top. Wife beater's not, I can't say that anymore. No offense. So this kid's like, all right, we're going to do this. So I knew how to fight. I played hockey. So I took off my jacket, I took off my shirt, and I just had my tank top on, my undershirt. And this kid, I swear to you, steps up to me still wearing his North Face bubble jacket and his gloves. Now, Don, you played hockey. As soon as I saw that he was not stripping his gear, I was like, oh, I just gotta make them think you're a little cray-cray. Well, I was a little cray-cray. But were they idiot mittens? No, they were gloves. But listen, first of all, thank you for patting your knuckles. Second of all, thank you for leaving a giant squishy bubble jacket for me to hold on to. Because what's the first thing I did, Doug? Or Don, sorry. What's the first thing I did, Don? Yeah, I grabbed his right shoulder jacket, spun it so that he couldn't throw a single right, and I just started going to town hockey style on this dude's face. So he has to curl up into a ball because he can't hit me. I don't have anything for him to grab onto. And I just pummel this kid. This kid does not hit me once. This is a true story. I could tell you stories about times I got destroyed in fights, but this is one I actually won. I did not win all of mine. I won. He was not ready to actually fight. I did. It was absolutely my inner Rob Ray. Absolutely my inner Razor. And then he starts to like turtle, so I just grab him in the headlock and I'm just punching him in the eye in a headlock. So finally, like I get the feeling of my fist hitting his eyeball was starting to gross me out. So I let him go. And then he like puts his hat back on. I wear hockey gloves in winter when I shovel, and keep them in my car just in case you have to throw down. Right? Hey, listen, hockey gloves are great for shoveling. So like he puts his hand, he's like, oh, this is stupid, man. This is dumb. And I'm like, dumb? I just beat the tar out of you. And like one of his big friends, like, all right, come on, man, fight me now. I'm like, oh, why? I don't know who you are. Why would I fight you? And like out of the bushes, because we were in the smoking area, out of the bushes comes this senior. His name is Scott. I'll say his name because he was awesome. Scott looks at this dude and goes, hey, he just beat your friend up. He's like, you want to fight? I'll fight you. And I have no idea. And the kid's a senior. So instantly us sophomores are like, oh, it's a senior. And the kid is like, hey, you want to fight somebody? I'll fight you. He just beat your friend up. You go take a walk. And they did. They turned around and they took a walk. Scott turns around and goes, hey, what's your name? We're going to be friends. And I'm like, I have a friend. And I ended up being friends with that guy for years afterwards. And he's like, oh, you handled yourself. He's like, you're cool. If you ever have a problem, you tell me. Come to find out, he lived one street over from where I live too. So we ended up being close friends. But then, here's where the story ties into getting somebody suspended, which actually got him expelled. So before the fight happened, when the whole school heard it was going to happen, all right, take care, Chef. His friend came up to me. We had a class together. We had an elective. It was studio operations. We learned how to shoot on TV cameras, like actual stand-up, pan zoom, like professional cameras. It was a studio production class because Orchard Park is a rich school. They have rich classes that you could take. That's why I hated them. So I was in studio productions. And his friend's like, hey, dude, I heard you're going to fight, blah, blah, blah. Don't do it, man. It's not worth it. He goes, I got to get involved, and I don't want to get involved. Just, don't fight him, dude. You're going to get hurt. So I, of course, disregarded that information because I needed to fight this guy. So after I fight him, it was on a Friday. Monday morning, he comes in. He's got the blackest of black eyes. I busted a blood vessel in his eyeball, and I busted a blood vessel on his eyelid. And I think I split his bottom lip, but he says his lips were just chapped. Whatever. So he's coming in looking rough. He did not hit me once. So the whole school sees him. Whole school immediately goes, and I was only 5'9", 130 pounds. I was not a big kid. I didn't hit my growth spurt until my senior year, and I was still growing when I went into the Navy. So I was not a big dude. That was 135 pounds maybe soaking wet. So the senior, his friend, comes marching into our first period studio, our studio operations class, and he pounds on the table. And the teacher, Mr. Frankfort, was there. I think he's retired now. So Mr. Frankfort was there, and the kid pounds on it, and he's like, I told you not to mess with blah, blah, blah. He's like, now you have to deal with me. I'm going to effing kill you. I'm going to kill you after school. Spoilers. You cannot tell a student that I'm going to kill you after school in front of a teacher while pounding on a desk. He was expelled. He did not return to Orchard Park High School. I have no idea what happened to that guy. I didn't press charges. I assumed the school immediately removed him. He was not allowed back. Not only was he not allowed back, I never heard his name again. I honestly think, and this is speculative, I think his family moved out of the school district after that. Because Orchard Park is a very snooty, snobby, rich neighborhood for the most part. And I think the embarrassment of him getting expelled would literally cause the family to move. I'm not joking. That's some of the people that live in Orchard Park. And nobody, not one of his friends, not the person I beat up, not a single soul mentioned that guy's name ever again. He just vanished. Obviously, he was not allowed to be near me in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if the school did get the police involved. I think the school probably mandatorily had to report that to authorities. I have to imagine. This would have been in 1995. This would have been in 95. No, 96. Yeah, it was 96. Because I graduated in 98. I have to assume, legally, the school would have to tell authorities. So I imagine the authorities said, you're not going to go anywhere near this human being. But I never saw even like school functions or like local hangouts. He was never there. Don's like, wow, we grew up in different areas. We had two girls get into a fight in the hallway and both pulled a knife. They got suspended 4 days and the cops were never involved. Yeah, Orchard Park, that's where it's the rich kids. Like, that's Orchard Park. They're known for having, mansions. 5 or 6 cop cars show up one day. Then a day or two later, about 8. We didn't have things like, we had some minor like wannabe gangsters. Like we had these 2 kids that moved from South Buffalo that thought they were gangster. They were white kids that thought they were gangsters. And they lived a very urban lifestyle and had a very urban accent that they chose to speak with. There's nothing wrong with that. That's their lifestyle. They were a city life type people. But it rubbed the rich kids the wrong way. And a bunch of the rich kids jumped one of the kids from the city and put him in the hospital. That was the only time we ever had cop cars show up, because the cop cars were there to grab the kids because they knew they could get them all at one time in school. Or I should say, have the kids there so that the parents could come get them so that they could inform them that they were all being charged and sued. Used to hang out near the parking lot, saw 1 car. Oh, that's weird. 2 more. Oh, that's really weird. Yeah, after car 4, you're like, hey, it's time for us to walk away now. I think we should leave. But yeah, the only time that I can remember we had a big police presence was the day after the kid got jumped and put in the hospital. And that was because they wanted to get them all at one spot, get all the parents in one spot, and they chose to do that at the end of the school day. Or at least that's what I was told. I know it was definitely pertaining to that because I had a friend who was a friend of the kid that got beat up. He had a TBI. They bounced his head off a curb. You had to show your ID to get in. It was a brilliant plan. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, seniors, freshmen could use commons. Yeah. We had a commons that was 5 days a week. It was small. Anybody could go in all the time. That was the best place to eat. They had tacos every day. It was 2 lunch lines. One line was the food of the day. The other line was always tacos. So there was always tacos 5 days a week at the Commons. And the tacos were so popular, the Commons was about 80 steps, maybe 100 steps away from the cafeteria. You were allowed to buy a Commons lunch and walk it to the cafeteria. That's how good the tacos were. 3 wings connecting to a middle area. Couldn't go in the middle. Getting around was a huge pain in the butt. Orchard Park was fairly small, or at least by California standards it is. Orchard Park was not a big school. Great lacrosse team. Great football team. That was about it when I went. All right, folks. I'm going to get out of here. So I'm going to call last call. Last call. This is the last week for sumo. It is day 13 today, I believe. So today, tomorrow, we will be rating sumo, and then we will be going back to our regularly attended people. All right, I'll take the DM. I like your DMs. They're very entertaining typically. 92% of the time. See you, Mandela. I hope you're well. I hope the rest of your week is well. Folks, let me check the gate. Gate's clear. I love each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves and each other. And hey, listen, we can do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to sell out Carlos. I guarantee it. And I'm going to have some sports cards. So it is going to be a long day tomorrow. I definitely recommend you tune in. Jimmy the Breaker will be here, so he'll be able to say hi. But that's it. Let's enjoy some sumo. I love you. Take care. Good night.